The man who held Ramses was, as I assumed, struck motionless with terror at the sight of me. He made no attempt to flee. I brought my parasol down on his head as hard as I could. The kidnapper clapped both hands to his head and dropped Ramses, who fell face down in the sand. Realizing that the folds of the turban had lessened the effect of the blow I intended, I quickly shifted my grasp on the handle of the parasol and rammed the steel tip into the fellow's midsection. He toppled over onto his back. I was stepping briskly forward to administer the coup de grace when two small hands wrapped round my ankle and sent me staggering. Only the deft reversal of the parasol and its forward thrust against a rock outcropping kept me on my feet. I turned on Ramses. Curse you, Ramses! What are you doing? This wretch abducted you. At least I hope for your sake he did, for if you went with him of your own free will...
I was attempting to prevent you from an action you would most assuredly regret, Mama. This man...
Watch your diphthongs, Ramses. His adversary appeared to have been rendered unconscious, for he lay quite still. I kept a watchful eye on him, parasol raised, while Ramses went on with his explanation.
Yes, Mama. This man was not my abductor, but my rescuer. It was he who saved me from the persons who carried me off from the top of, and down the side of, the pyramid, with, I might add, some risk to himself, for both my assailants were armed. One with the long knife that is locally known as a sakeen, and the other...
Never mind all that. Are you certain that... But I suppose you could hardly be mistaken. Why were you struggling then? I would not have been so precipitate had I not feared for your safety, since it certainly appeared you were attempting to free yourself from your captor's grasp.
I wanted him to put me down.
I see. Well, that makes sense. I stopped to look more closely at the recumbent man. I could make little of his features in the dark, but my nostrils caught traces of an odd smell, sweet and cloying. I stepped back in instinctive disgust. Opium! The man is a drug addict!
One might reasonably draw that conclusion. Is he dead?
Certainly not.
I am glad of that. It would be a poor return for his services to me, and his personal habits are not a matter of concern to us, particularly in view of...
Do hush for a moment, Ramses. I hear your father approaching.
Ramses!
He certainly sets a rapid pace. Call out to him, if you please, or he will go on circumnavigating the pyramid indefinitely.
Papa!
The far-off wails of Emerson, repeating Ramses' name in mournful accents, took on new poignancy.
Here, Papa!
The two of them exchanged outcries until Emerson burst upon the scene and flung himself at his son. Knowing that Emerson would be incapable of reasoned speech for several moments, I turned my attention back to Ramses' presumed rescuer. The sickening smell of opium again assailed my nostrils as I bent over him, but I conquered my repugnance and reached down to remove his turban, that I might better ascertain the extent of the damage I had done the fellow's head. As my hand went out, the man started convulsively, flinging his arms over his face. Matek hafash, Habib. Do not be afraid. It was in error that I struck. The child has told me of your courage. At first, there was no reply. Then, from under the ragged folds of cloth came a muffled voice.
Let me go, Sit. I did nothing. I want nothing. Only to be left alone.
Wallahi el-Azim. By God the Great, I mean you no harm. Indeed, I wish to reward you. Come out into the moonlight, that I may see if you are injured. The man did not move. Come, you are safe with us. This is the great, the famous Emerson Effendi, father of curses, and I am his wife, sometimes called the Sit Hakim.
I know you, Sit.
Then what are you cowering there for? If you know my name, you know its meaning. I am somewhat skilled in the art of medicine. As I might have expected, this statement caught the ear of Emerson, who seldom misses an opportunity of jeering at my medical qualifications. However, on this occasion he refrained from his customary caustic comment. Ramses had evidently explained the situation, and gratitude prevailed over irony.